ask how time signals will be good today.
I'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In 1964, Disneyland created, accidentally, the best snack food in existence, the Dorito. And they did so by repurposing old tortilla shells that they had and making them into Doritos that we know and love today. But this kind of innovation just shows how you can take something old and make it into something new and exciting, which is exactly what the international community should take in stance on Chile, trying to repurpose them and make something new of their country. And we can see this in a New York Times article from just yesterday. They point out that in Chile there are current uprisings and rebellion that is happening within their country, and that approximately 10 people are now severely injured because of these uprisings within their country. And it's because the Chile crisis has been seen to be exceedingly important now that the international community should take a hold, and we need to ask today's question. How should the international community respond to current rebellions in Chile? And we can see that the answer is definitely aid, because the international community needs to focus on not only the government, but the people as well. And they can do so in 3 ways. First, they'll look at the diplomatic aid that can help Chile's government. Second, we'll look to the humanitarian aid that they can give Chile's people, before finally looking to how the international community can further help stop Chile's rebellions. So first, it's important that we crunch down on the chip that is Chile and its people within it. We can first look to the international relations that are within Chile and also the diplomatic aid that we can give them. It's important to realize that why the uprisings and rebellion is happening within Chile is because Chile's government is not focusing on their people. And we can see this through a Guardian article from just yesterday that stated how Chile's government is now more focusing on the tourism aspect of their country and focusing on the economic well-being instead of actually looking to what their people want and need. However, when we look further into how diplomatic aid can help, it's important that we look to the Council on Foreign Relations from a June 2014 article that stated that having diplomatic aid within countries can not only calm their government and any irrational thoughts that their government may have, but help solve the conflict. Because when we have an irrational government within a country, it leads to not being able to solve many different problems that need to be having. So with the current rebellions that are happening, the Chile government is actually trying to respond irrationally in order to just get rid of the rebellions that are happening, instead of actually trying to listen to the people and solve them. However, diplomatic relations can help solve this by having an international actor step in and help them become more rational in order to help solve the problem. But not only can diplomatic relations help, we can also fill our belly up now with Doritos. I mean, humanitarian aid. In fact, if we look further into the humanitarian aid that can be given to Chile, it's important to realize that the people are what's important within this rebellion. Although we have now conquered the irrational government, the people are also at stake within this country. According to a Brookings Institute article from 2 days ago, it notes that how the people are uprising is because they want to be heard. But again, the police forces that have now been driven to take down the rebellions are not letting their voices be heard. And now, since they're also in the economic distress from their government not looking and focusing on them, they have no one to turn to. However, it's also important to realize that the international community, according to The Economist, on June 21st of 2014, points out that humanitarian aid and directly focusing on the people can help the people become more stable as well. So now that we have a more stable government, we can have a more stable people and come to the best solution possible. But finally, we can brush off the crumbs and look to how the United Nations and the international community can help solve this problem. It's important to realize realize that the international community has had great success in the past with how they've taken and dealt with situations, especially at the beginning of this year. The Russian Times notes that when NATO, notes on March 21st of 2014, that earlier this year when NATO started collaborating with Ukraine, with an international institution, it showed that they had a stronger force against them, and that Russia did not want to respond and did not want to have any more aggression because they wouldn't win in the end, and they knew it. However, we can further look to how international institutions show this hardline stance against smaller countries and shows that they are the big guy in the situation. According to another Council on Foreign Relations article on June 29th of 2014, it states that with the uprisings in Chile, it's important to note that the multilateral aspect of the international community and having stronger partners such as the United States, all of Europe, Russia, and China coming together to make a collaborative effort and look to how to make the best solution possible. Although they might have different ideologies, it makes it come to the best solution possible because they're able to take different viewpoints on subjects and agree on it in the end in order to help the country of Chile, which is why the international community is the best solution in helping Chile with their current rebellions. So when we look back to the question at hand today, how can the international community help the rebellions in Chile? We can see that the answer is a definite. They need to focus on aid because they need to help not only the government, but the people. And we can first see this through three main aspects. First, with helping the government become more stable through diplomatic aid. Second, with helping the people become more stable through humanitarian aid. And finally, we look to how the international community can best solve this problem through a multilateral effort. And when we look back to the innovative efforts of Disneyland and how they turned tortillas into the big Doritos we know today, we can see that the government and the international community needs to repurpose Chile to make the better country of Chile instead of the rebellious Chile.